thank you for this huge emotional journey and this huge cry.
Good.
It was very satisfying. Many of the Disney animated masterpieces that have been remade in live action have undergone to a readaptation to make them more current. In case of Lilo Stitch, the meaning of the film has never changed, in my opinion, because the original is truly universal and always valid. So what was the most complicated part to this transition to live action?
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think we saw that opportunity as well. The original felt it was such a unique film for Disney to have made at the time. It didn't look like the other movies, and unlike their the movies about princesses and the fairy tale kingdoms, this was a normal Hawaiian film. Not even normal, but pretty messy and rough around the edges. Hawaiian story about a normal humans living in contemporary society, and so. And also sort of just the style of Chris Sanders' art, but also the storytelling and the characters felt like it almost felt like a live action movie. Like these were flawed, messy characters, and there was such an authenticity to them that it really appealed to us as being a really great candidate for a live action movie, something that would afford so many great opportunities to tell a really rich emotional tale that is maybe more salient today than it even was when it came out, in terms of the themes of your found family and showing up for community and all those things.
Yeah, because
the most difficult thing. I mean, the most difficult thing, there's a number of levels to it, but obviously really nailing the essence of Stitch and these characters that are so iconic at this point. I think it's a huge responsibility and a huge challenge. And we never wanted to just kind of one-to-one graft the old movie into a live action setting. We wanted to, because they're two different art forms that have different strengths and weaknesses, we wanted to take the animated film and inspect each part and figure out, well, what makes it work in an animated film and what is the sort of version that rhymes with that can exist in a live action movie. So I think that was a process that continued from start to finish and always required just a lot of exploration and thought and being honest with ourselves and knowing when we hadn't hit the mark.
Yeah, and because the heart of Lilo Stitch is Ohana. And the concept of a family by choice. Yeah. And what is your Ohana in real life?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. We haven't gotten that one. I mean, I love my family. My biological family as well. They're part of my found family. I think the community of filmmakers and artists and producers and people that you really are kind of in the trenches with making movies is you get so bonded to them. And I have people that I met making movies that I would consider as close a family member as anyone in my birth family.
And for Jonathan?
I mean, I think we're always finding and sort of refinding family in life, So you have, my parents, my sister that I was born with, but then you get married and now I have a family of my own. I have a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old. This is the family you've sort of made. And then, as you said, there is a sort of community of artists, and we're sort of lucky with this job that each movie does become its own family, and you have these people that you still text with from 7 years ago on another movie that you were so in it together, and you have this sort of shared creative experience. So I think we all find it everywhere in life constantly, and I think it's constantly changing too. And I think that's the thing that's really hard about it sometimes. And I think where the message of the movie hopefully gets people through those hard times when things do change. And I think we wanted to nuance the message of Ohana in the movie, because we had that moment in the kitchen where Nani says to Lilo, "Yeah, but we were left behind," and it sort of puts that idea under sort of further examination of well, you're right. You lost something, the grief isn't going to change, but if you're open to it, the sort of love and family can expand around that. And sort of, that's never going to go away, but you just have to be open to sort of a broader family coming in. And that's where I think the movie ends in such a beautiful way.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this adventure. So sweet.
Thank you. Thank you so much.